And that's kind of where it stands. We're kind of facing that challenge today, and now we're seeing the new generations of people interested in all of this, and in some ways kind of surprised by all of the interest, and another way kind of realize, of course, this impulse that was in us, in some ways it's in everybody. It's in lawyers, it's in clients, it's in all professionals, trying to find a way to be personally congruent and have what we really care about and what really is at the heart of our lives, what our lives are about, reflected in how we work, so that when we go home at the end of the day, it's not like we turn this off and we become other people, that we can say to ourselves, the work we did today reflects what we really care most about. And we can say that that was our effort today, and we did our best to do it, and we can make that statement to our families, and actually we can even try to live this work in our relationships with our families, and the more we can do this, the bigger difference we make in terms of most of all ourselves, and who knows what the impact is on other people that we touch. But if we do it and we're honest about it and we have integrity about it, this work has potential to make a significant difference. So the question really is, how do you really bring your own spiritual values and your own spiritual practices, sustain those in this work, which is so difficult, and so there's so much that so much challenge in being able to stay with what we really care about and what matters to us, and serve our clients. And we have to live this tension between trying to be true to ourselves, but also serving our clients in a way that makes sense to them. And a lot of people don't much like that idea, and the whole idea of bringing the internal reality into dealing with conflict. Some people want to say, this is just a business deal, and we're not going to bring the other dimensions into this, and don't give me all this touchy-feely stuff. And so what we've come to realize is to do this work requires a lot of support, because most of the external orientations of our lives kind of take over from, and it's very easy for us to kind of get lost in the process of all the externals and the challenges of just what law is, and dealing with people, money, and all of the material aspects of people's disputes, which is what they experience as the heart of it. So what we've been realizing is that to do that, people need to feel really supported, to develop their own ability to self-reflect and to be able to use that. And we've done these programs, which we call, meditation in action. We're going to do one in this next February, and a week long. But last year we've done a group called, a program called the self-reflection. We call it Skippy, self-reflection for conflict for professionals. And in that, what we've done is we've gotten very serious about giving people regular support to actually deal with whatever they have to actually develop this muscle of bringing self-reflection as a daily part of their work and their lives, and integrating that into their professional and personal lives. And so in this program, that was kind of an experiment, everybody had the opportunity, actually not the opportunity, the requirement, to have a daily practice. And it doesn't have to be meditation, it can be any form. We're not trying to claim any particular approach. Whatever you find that helps you touch into knowing who you are and being able to bring that into your work is really at the heart of this. But we made this much more formal, and so people had daily practices. I did this with Norman, and we've also done this on the East Coast with Jack. We've done it together, Jack and I, with Norman in Mexico. And people have also gotten tremendous support from each other, so that we had a buddy system. So people had to have twice a week meetings with somebody else in the group where they were reporting on their experiences. And I was meeting with people individually, and we were all meeting together as a group. But we decided to make, and this was really interesting, it was all very busy conflict professionals who didn't have the time to do this, who realized that this was important enough that they had to make the time to do it. And so, we spent a year doing an intensive program. And actually we're meeting next Monday to see where they are now. It's been a few months since that's been over. But what started out as an interesting experiment has now become, and something that a lot of people would think of as a kind of luxury, to me is really, it's now, I see it as a necessity. That until we understand who we are and know how to use who we are in working with people who are in conflict, we're kidding ourselves about making real change. And to do that is a big effort. I find it as challenging for me now as it was 32 years ago. Shockingly enough, I'm still as excited by my work as a mediator as I was at the beginning, because I still don't know exactly what's going to happen in the room. And as much as I think I understand about human nature and about human conflict, I feel like there's a lot more that I don't understand than that I do. And that's what keeps it so interesting, the mystery of it all. But what's really now there is a feeling that there are a lot of people that are interested in doing this, and we're all trying to find different ways of doing it. At the center, we've had this Skippy program, which I think is very heartening and showing me that really good, self-confident professionals find this useful, find this interesting, find this valuable, and we're finding a way to support each other, and for people to be able to support themselves, each other. And the more we can do this, the more we can build something that feels like over time it can make a kind of difference. And I don't have illusions now about you're going to transform the whole legal profession. It was the original impulse. But I think that the changes that are coming about are hard-won, real, and I can see and I can feel the difference that these changes have made in me. And I get reports from other people of changes that they experience. And this all brings us closer together to really create the possibility that people can think about law as a helping profession, rather than one where we take small problems and turn them into big ones. And a lot of the feelings that people have about law and lawyers are very, very complicated. But the whole idea now is not to try to get rid of law or lawyers, but to find a way for lawyers to not have to choose between being effective professionals and being true to themselves, not have to choose between being aggressive or just receptive, to really be able to use our hearts, our strengths, our vulnerabilities, and bring everything that we know about human life and conflict into our work, and the wisdom that comes from that into our work to be able to help our clients.